Hello, I'm Erin from the University of Manchester's Physics Outreach, and today we're going to be making some spacecraft landers. So we talked about how rockets are really hard to get up into space and that it takes loads of force, but it's also really hard to get something safely down because the rockets travel really fast. They've got to potentially pass through an atmosphere which can make it very hot, and once they get through all of that, they've then got to land on a very hard rocky surface, whether they're landing on the moon or Mars or here on Earth. So to do that, we need to build a really stable craft that can take an impact, but also think about the forces involved. So here is my lander, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about it in a sec. But let's think about two forces that are going to keep my astronaut, Egbert, safe today. So, there are two forces involved. The first is weight, and you'll notice by the way my diagram, all good physicists should have a diagram, but weight is caused by gravity, and this will happen on any planet. So any planet or moon or something like that has its own gravitational attraction, and that means that the the lander and spacecraft will be pulled down to the surface. The force that is really helpful for us that can balance that is air resistance. So on Earth we have an atmosphere, and that atmosphere is made up of lots of air, which in turn is made up of lots of particles. And those particles, when something passes through them, push a force back against whatever's falling through it. And this is going to help us slow down our spacecraft, our lander, and hopefully keep Egbert safe. And to do that, I've got a parachute. So I have just used a bin bag, and I have cut it into a piece, and I've put some string through it, and that is hopefully going to trap enough air and have enough of a big area to really slow down my lander. And my lander is an egg box, which I have cut up and stuck bits of the egg box too, and I've added a bit of kitchen towel. But really, when you're having to go at this at home, you can use anything you like. So really knock yourselves out and go wild with it. But one thing it needs to do is to get Egbert into it. So we're going to test this. I'm going to place Egbert in his kitchen towel spacesuit, and I'm going to drop him out of that window, which is pretty high up, and we're going to see whether he can survive the fall onto this floor. So see you in a sec. Okay, so here I am upstairs and hoping that Egbert will safely make it to the ground. So let's have a look and see if he does. Okay, so I'm back on the ground, and here's hoping that Egbert has survived his mission. So let's unfold the sticky tape door and get him out and have a look. So remove the kitchen towel spacesuit, and here he is. He's well intact and has survived. So that's good. So now what I'd like you to do is to make your own one of these. So there's lots of details on our website, and what we'll do is we'll post the URL for that, so you can search up the link and have a go. But when you do make your own, really think about the physics involved. So you're going to want a nice big parachute so that you can get as much air resistance as possible and really slow the lander down. Also think about, when you make it, you might want some padding to try and reduce the amount of force in that collision. So have a go, send us your attempts. We'd love to see them at UOM Phys Outreach on Twitter. And yeah, have fun.